Hey guys, welcome back. I did promise you guys that I'd be doing some archery on the channel, so today I'm gonna spend the day at the archery range. So I got my Matthews Halon 32 here today, and my Killing Sticks tournament series. We're gonna be shooting at some targets downrange here just to make sure that my sight is all perfectly set. I did play around with it last time I shot, which was like 2 months ago, and haven't touched it since. I'm hoping they're all good because there's a tournament coming up this weekend, which I'm hoping to attend. So let's give her a go. Looked pretty good, so we're gonna go have a look before we keep shooting. Pretty sure I'm good for my 20-yard pin. If it is, just gonna go ahead and move on back to 30 yards and practice from there. See how that one's set. After 2 months of not shooting, the target's a little bit beat up, but can't get any better than that. So yeah, I think my 20-yard pin's pretty good. Just gonna range the target, make sure the signs here are exactly right yardage from what I have mine set at. Yep, 30 on the dot. You always want to check to make sure it's actually what your rangefinder has. Every rangefinder can be off a couple yards, so it's always good to double check. Because whatever you set your bow to, if you use somebody else's rangefinder, if you're off by 2 yards, it will throw off your shot. So if you're going into a competition, you want to make sure everything's good. So this is 30 yards. Far to the left. Give her another one. I don't like shooting more than 2, maybe 3. If you're pulling too much poundage, it wears you out for nothing. So shoot a couple shots, go get them, gives you a little break. Much better. We'll go for the third one. Pretty close. Let's go have a look. Not necessarily where I wanted them, but after not shooting for 2 months, pretty happy with the fact that vertically they're all pretty good. I just gotta get them to go to the middle, but that can be a lot of factors. Some of the reasons I notice that I shoot not as great sometimes is my peep alignment isn't really where it should be. I see a lot more of my sight than I should through my peep. Something I gotta try and get set up properly. Now obviously I am shooting outdoors, I am shooting a large diameter shaft, so it could also be the wind, but I can't use that excuse today because there's not much wind here right now. There's a lot of tree coverage on the side and it definitely isn't wind. But I am also shooting a newer style of release for me. I did get it around Christmas time, but I haven't shot it a whole lot. So I used to shoot a index finger release. This one here is a back tension. It's expected when you switch over to that one. It takes a lot of practice, but once you get good at it, it's worth it. And it does also help with target panic, and I'm actually noticing a big difference already. We're going to keep practicing at 30 a little bit before we head to the actual 3D course, and yeah, just keep a watch. I'm gonna go ahead and move it down to 40 yards. It's my last pin that I really need to make sure it's good and set. Do a different kind of angle for you. I'm just gonna leave the camera right up close so you guys can actually see the arrow coming. And if I hit the camera, I'm gonna cry, but do it for the fans. Reasonable. I'm sure I haven't shot 40 since last year, so this is pretty good for my skills. A little bit low, but I did notice I was holding the pin a little bit to the bottom of the dot, so I'm just gonna go with that. It should be pretty bang on. I don't remember ever touching the 40-yard pin, and if I just aim where I'm supposed to, it should be right in the middle. So we're gonna go ahead and head into the woods for a few targets. Not a whole lot, it's getting pretty warm out, but at least hit a little bit of foam. I'm gonna go ahead and give you guys a little tour of the equipment I currently use. So right now I got a Matthews Halon 32. I believe I've had it for 2 or 3 years. It's an amazing bow, 32 inches axle to axle, so it's a great hunting bow. And I currently compete in the hunter category, so it works perfectly for me. We got a 12-inch stabilizer on the front from Trophy Ridge, a 5-pin Trophy Ridge sight, and I recently upgraded my release to a B3 Ranger. You can see here it's a back tension release. You can have it with or without a click. I prefer it without a click. You can also use it without the wrist strap. I prefer to have it on. When you're out in the woods, it's a lot easier to find. And new for this year, Kill and Sticks Tournament Series arrows. I joined up with the team. I'm not a staff shooter, so for this year here I'm going to be running the tournament series. I will be getting some small diameter arrows probably next year, but for now this is my arrow of choice. It is perfect for tournament. I've currently got some screw-in tips in there, so you could use it for hunting. I had to put hunting aside for this year. Too many things going on, just don't have time, but they are a perfect arrow for a target. If you wanted to upgrade even bigger for tournaments, you could go with the Tournaments XL, which are even larger diameter. They are phenomenal. I've shot about 4 or 5 different brands so far, from standard diameter, micro diameter, and I've tried a couple other large diameters, and so far this is by far the best I've ever shot. Go ahead and hit them up, killing sticks. Aside from that, I've got my binos here. Are the Vortex Diamondbacks 10 by 42, and these are great for indoors. Outdoors, depending how far you're shooting, you may want something a little bit more powerful, but for what I shoot, up to 40 to 50, it's more than what I need. And yeah, that's a basic setup that I have. I do in the future plan on upgrading to a target bow, which I will be focusing more on the target aspect of archery. I'm still not sure if I want to get rid of my Halon, if I want to keep it, if I decide to go hunting with it. I was looking at the Athens Pete 38. Would be pretty amazing to have, but only downside, if I upgrade the bow, gotta upgrade everything else, which at the moment puts it out of my budget, so it's on the back burner. Yeah, so great bow, great release, fantastic arrows, hit the range. I already arranged this one, so exactly where my target is, and my binos. Okay, we go. Alright, let's go have a look. No, not so great. Like I said, it's been a while since I've actually shot any 3D. I'm not used to that kind of angle on the hill, but still 10s. I was hoping for 11s, but can't all have it perfectly. On to the next one. That last target, first shot, right in the 11. I didn't look at my binos, and I should have, because it was exactly where I wanted it. I figured, oh, it's too far to one side, I'll correct. And when I corrected, I was way off. So, lesson learned. But anyway, this is the last target for today. Hope you had fun watching. If you're ever in the Moncton area and you want to join a good club, the Moncton Archers, that's where it's at. Hopefully I'll get to make it to the tournament this weekend. So if I do happen to go, I'll try to film some of that and show it to you guys probably just next week. But yeah, if you liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. You can give it a thumbs up. Go ahead and leave a comment. I'll make sure to reply back. And yeah, go out and enjoy the fresh air. Nice breeze right now, and have a good one.